Macho Mandalorian is here! Oh, yeah!
Hey guys, Django Fett here, and today I'm doing a redubbing of this Baltimore Comic Con haul video. So this is everything that I got from Baltimore Comic Con. Quite extensive, as you can see. So let's start. We can start from the top left at the Mass Effect print. It's really cool. It looks exactly like from the video game, and it's Femme Shepherd this time instead of a male shepherd. It's got Mordin, Garrus, Thane, and Talia. Really great art piece. Talk to the guy, really awesome guy, and it's got like a really cool Renegade and Paragon symbols on the bottom, which is really cool. I'm just like the alternate look with Femme Shepherd overall. Next is a print of Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, my favorite Studio Ghibli film. And as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of anything with Studio Ghibli and Hayao Miyazaki, and this is by my favorite film. And I had to get a print of Nausicaa, so not a lot of people appreciate that film compared to Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro, so it's great seeing people just do artist renditions of that, so that was really cool. And as you can see, I already have a print of Nausicaa as well. It's actually a poster, a Japanese poster. And I also have a My Neighbor Totoro print. It's just raining, and it's a really great piece because as you can see on the outside, it's just a border, and then you can see like these little animal things going on, and it just looks like a little picture. So I love this little print. Very highly detailed. It doesn't have the little creatures on the side, but it does have Totoro and the little girl from the movie. And this is something I had to get. I had to get this. And it was done by the same artist who did the Nausicaa print. Moving on to the next, my favorite artist by far, I got like 4 different pieces from her. Angela Kendrick. I just love that little description on the bottom. And it's Mandalorian Mercs. It's got Boba Fett, Jango Fett. I'm not sure who the guy on the right is. And then on the center, I made a big mistake when buying this because it's a character from Rebels. I don't associate myself with anything to do with Star Wars, Rebels, or Clone Wars, any of the Dave Filoni stuff. But it's a really cool print, but the picture in the middle ruined it for me. So I'm thinking of just getting rid of this, giving it to a friend. I think he'll appreciate it. But I thought it was a bounty hunter from the expanded universe, but that bounty hunter is actually from Rebels, so I made a mistake when buying that. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna give this away. And then we have the Muppets, a Muppets print from Electric Mayhem, the band. We got Animal and the rest of the band, and it's a really cool 70s twist to the Muppets that you know and love. And I love the Muppets with a passion, so just seeing a Muppets print, seeing anything with Muppets, I had to get, and it's just the Electric Mayhem band. And then my favorite print of all of Comic-Con by far is a rendition of all of the Studio Ghibli films with Hayao Miyazaki in the front, in the center, and then we have all of the different films from Studio Ghibli and associated with Hayao Miyazaki. And this is a must-buy. This was just my favorite print of all of them. Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Ponyo. Don't talk about that. We got Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away. This just has everything. Howl's Moving Castle. It's just amazing piece overall, and my most prized possession of Baltimore Comic Con. And then we have these little magnets, actually, also done by Angela. We have an Assassin's Creed 1 and a Tomb Raider. Nothing is true, everything is permitted, join the Creed, Assassin's Creed, and then we have a Tomb Raider one. Both are really cool little magnets, really tiny magnets, so I just decided, hey, it'd be cool to get some too, you know? Then we have this little print right here. It's Django Fett. It's a custom print, little tiny print. I wanted this to be made for me because I actually already have a Boba Fett one, and I was looking to get a Jango Fett too. Nobody had like a little small Jango Fett, so I asked the guy to create me one, and I asked him to do like the the blasters crossed over. So I wanted to get that. So I had him made that for me, and it was pretty fucking sick. So I had to get that. Next up is the Moon Knight print, a very dark and foreboding Moon Knight. I love this print. It looks like it's lightning and rain coming down on him. It's just a very foreboding print, and you can see the eye slits, very shiny. Just like where the water reflects, it looks like it's just really embodying this print overall, and it's signed by the guy as well. This is just a great print overall. I just love this dark print. Then we have this frame, Vault Boy frame. It didn't actually cost me that much, but usually frames cost a lot. But it was a little custom Vault Boy frame, and I love Vault Boy, so I had to get me one of these. The thing is, I don't know how best to hang it though. I have to figure out something, but it's really cool, a little Vault Boy. And then we have the villains of the Marvel Universe. We got Apocalypse, Doctor Doom in the center, Mr. Sinister, and Galactus in the back. Apocalypse being my favorite villain of all time. And it was really cool seeing this guy have all of these different villains in their own first appearance in the background. But this one, it just shows all 4 of the villains. Really great print. I love Apocalypse, I love Doctor Doom, Mr. Sinister, I love all of these guys, so it was great seeing a little print of this, so I had to get it. And then we have the bounty hunters from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. We got Dengar, Boss, Kazakis, Forlom, and IG-88. Now, unfortunately, he didn't have a Boba Fett one. He said he was making it, but I'm going to contact him soon and get my own custom Boba Fett and maybe other Mandalorian prints as well. But I needed to complete my bounty hunter collection. You gotta have Boba Fett in there too. So I wanted to get all of the bounty hunters. I love getting the whole collection of bounty hunters. I plan on getting the Funkos as well. But you know, it's just great little pieces right here, and I would just love to see them connect. That would have been a lot more cooler, but I love these prints overall. That's it for the prints. Let's get to the toys. You're probably wondering, why, Jingo, why the hell do you have 2 Deathstroke unmasked? The thing is, when I bought the left one, which was $12, and I put this in my backpack, and unfortunately, in the bag, it got crushed by one of my other prints. So yeah, kind of ruined it, so I'm looking to give that away. But I have another one I ended up getting for a little bit cheaper, $10, and they're actually pretty hard to find overall, but I needed to get the Deathstroke unmasked, so I ended up getting another one because I was a little disappointed that this one was destroyed. So I am going to be giving this away. So if anyone's interested, I will be giving this away. If you're not interested in just the box, you just wanted the pop itself, then you probably want this in, definitely. Then we have Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy. I already have a Joker from the Dark Knight trilogy, so I was looking to get a Batman one, and I just saw him. I was like, yeah, I needed to get this one. His armor looks great, the headpiece. There is also the Joker from the bank robber Joker. Good luck finding that. That one's super expensive. I'm just glad to have the Batman overall. I just love the chest piece, the armor, the detail, and the figure. Then we have Clone Trooper, the episode 3 Clone Troopers, the late version of the Clone Troopers, and I was just looking to get these. I would love a episode 2 Clone Trooper in the future. Funko, please make it happen. I love those Clone Troopers overall. Make them ARC Troopers. Oh my god, that would be insane. Like these guys over here, I love them in Funko form, and an ARC Trooper one, oh my god, that would be awesome. Then we have Sylvanas from the World of Warcraft game. She actually appeared in Warcraft 3: The Frozen Throne. But I was just looking to get another pop, and this one looked pretty interesting, kind of hard to find, so I wanted to get this. You know, I like Sylvanas, I like Thrall. I want to get an Illidan and Arthas in the future, but glad to have Sylvanas. And then we have Star Trek, the original series, Scotty. This one is pretty hard to find. Any of the original series Funko Pops, really hard to find. Really hard to find. So I saw this one, I was like, I had to get it, and it only cost me like $5-10 bucks. So I need to get Captain Kirk and Spock. Spock is really hard to find, but I was just like, oh my god, there's Scotty, so I had to get him, and he was pretty cheap. I wish there was a Bones one. I don't get why they didn't make a Bones one or a Hora, but I'm just glad to have this one, you know. And then we have the masterpiece. Get to the chopper! Oh my god. The Predator 2-pack Dutch versus Predator Jungle Hunter in the final battle. It's like a final battle recreation. This thing I had to get. It's a Toys R Us exclusive, but it's got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dutch Hunter, or I should say Dutch, and then we got Predator, bloody Predator with all the alien blood, and he's got a little mask too. Now, when I opened this and I tried to put the mask on, unfortunately the mask doesn't even go on the Predator. It's just a side piece, which sucks, really sucks, because I love the little you know, mask. I love the mask so much, and not putting it on him sucked. So here's the back of the box, and you can see all these poses, and good luck putting those poses, but I could not do that for the life of me. You know, you need some extra stuff associated with doing this crazy pose, or doing something like this with The Rock and putting him on a, like, you know, the actual from the movie. And there's the rest of the collection with these other figures. Wow, these are just really cool. That's the 2-pack, man. I've been dying for a Predator and Dutch collection, so I had to get it. And then we have this sword, rubber sword. This is a Dark Link Master Sword. Pretty tall. It's like 3 feet. And it feels great. The weight is great on the hilt, and it's just it goes great with my Dark Link shield, which I already have from last year's Comic Con. So I had to complete my set and get the sword as well. It's just a really strong foam sword, and just I have no idea where to put it with the Dark Link shield in my room. Really extremely detailed, from the sword itself to the hilt. Amazing detail and construction of this piece. This just looks like the real thing, man, honestly. There's also a regular Zelda sword with the hilt. I'd love to get a hilt for this little sword, and just to make it more realistic and more like if I ever do the cosplay, I could just use that. That would be really cool. And that's all this stuff, but wait, hold on a second. There are some comics over here I have to take a look at. That's a lot of books, man. I have to show off this after showing off all that stuff. So let's look at that. 2 bags worth of comics. Suicide Squad #1 preview. I got this free with my G.I. Joe Omnibus Volume 1. I don't know anything about G.I. Joe, but I figured why not get it, because it was like $5. I mean, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes, so why not? I mean, I love those 2 characters, Storm Shadow more than Snake Eyes, but I always love to look at those 2 ninjas characters. G.I. Joe Omnibus Volume 1 is just good, I love omnibuses, so I was just looking to get that, so it was pretty awesome. Suicide Squad #1 came free with getting the omnibus. I really like this comic overall. I looked at it, pretty dark. And then we have Star Trek Con, also $5. This sets up the pace for Star Trek Into Darkness, and just tells the story of Khan. More of backstory into Khan, and he was one of my favorite characters of the Star Trek universe, so I was definitely looking to get that. This comic is pretty hard to find. X-Men Age of Apocalypse, the complete epic, Volume 4. Pretty hard to find. This is the last of the X-Men Age of Apocalypse series. I love the Age of Apocalypse storyline. It's one of my favorites of all time. Shows Magneto as the actual hero this time, which is really great, and facing off against my favorite villain, Apocalypse. I love the artwork. I've already read volumes 1 and 2. Volume 3, super hard to find, but I'm glad to have volume 4. That's also hard to find too. And I got it for a good deal. Then we have my favorite villain of all time, Rise of Apocalypse, having his own book. Just telling the story of how Apocalypse came to be and how he started. And it's just a big storyline of Apocalypse from Egypt to random times, and then facing off against Dracula and killing Dracula himself, which is fucking insane. And creating Mr. Sinister as well. It's just a great freaking book overall, and I got it for a great deal. Then we have Spider-Man versus Venom. You guys know I don't like Spider-Man, but I love the older stuff. This was done by Seth MacFarlane, and he drew this and wrote this, and I love Seth MacFarlane and his artwork and his writing. I mean, just look how badass this is. I mean, tell me you're not gonna buy it with anything with Seth MacFarlane. So that's that pile. We're moving on to the second pile. Massive Star Wars pile. Then we have, let's start off with the non-Star Wars stuff. Aliens Omnibus Volume 1. I've been looking to get into the Aliens and Predator and comic series, but this one went for $5, and it easily goes for $25. But that was a great find. I was looking to start into the Aliens universe, so $5, Aliens Omnibus Volume 1. That's a great fucking deal. Jedi vs. Sith, very hard to find. Number 1 of 6. Number 2. Number 3, or number 4 I should say. Number 5. And number 6. I'm missing number 3. I couldn't find number 3, so I'm just gonna go online or go to any other store and try to find it there. I almost got the complete set, so that's a good thing. I love the series overall, very dark and foreboding, and set up the Darth Bane trilogy, which is awesome. It's just becoming harder and harder to find Star Wars comics nowadays, but I luckily found a place where I could just get all of this stuff. And then we can start off. Let's start with Tales. I'm looking to collect the whole series. Very unique series. It's got all these random stories. They actually have alternate covers for each of these issues. I don't know how many for each issue, but this is Star Wars Tales number 13 with Mace Windu. Number 14, my favorite cover by far. And it's really great because it says Apocalypse Endor, and it's got an Ewok in the front. It looks like his face is kind of burned off. It's so creepy. But if you know Apocalypse now, you get the reference. You got the Death Star above him, and then the TIE Fighters. Amazing piece overall. I love this cover. That's so unique and different. You never see something like this nowadays. Tales number 15. Tales number 16. Tales number 17 with all the Sith Lords. Couldn't find 18 or 19, so there's Tales number 20. And lastly, 23. Hopefully I could find some more in the wild, who knows, or at other conventions, who knows. And then we have Dark Empire. I already have a couple of Dark Empire series, but I don't have number 1 and 2, but I have 4, 5, and number 6. Doesn't complete my set, which I thought it would, but I still have to get number 1 and number 2. I just have number 3. And then I completed the Empire's End, which is the completion of Dark Empire after Dark Empire 2, Empire's End number 1, and Empire's End number 2. Completes that set. Dark Empire number 2, issue number 1, issue number 2. Issue number 3, and issue number 6. I couldn't find 4 or 5. I'm almost practically done the Dark Empire series. Crimson Empire, super hard to find, very hard to find, but I could Crimson Empire number 1. That's all I could find of Crimson Empire Volume 1. There's also Volume 2 and 3. Volume 1, or I mean, I should say Volume 3, super hard to find. I don't know why, it's the latest one. Crimson Empire 2, issue number 1. Issue number 3, there's no number 2. Couldn't find that. Issue number 4. And issue number 6, couldn't find number 5. But yeah, guys, that's my haul. There's just a lot of massive stuff. I know it was quite a big mess, but I just wanted to show off all of this stuff to you guys. Just let me know what you think of all of this haul in the comment section. Don't forget to please like this video. I'd really appreciate it. Definitely support my channel and subscribe to my channel as well. Check me out on Facebook, on Twitter. I'm really up to date when it comes to Facebook, so please check me out. Check out my Facebook groups, Star Wars Reviewers and Crossroads of the Omniverse. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please support my channel and press that like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.